How to Become the Best at You Do by Earl Nightingale. Lesson 1. We become what we think about. Did you know that the greatest power you possess is sitting right between your ears? Yes, your mind, that magnificent, mysterious force that determines everything you become. This simple truth has been taught by the world's greatest thinkers for thousands of years, yet so few truly understand its power. Think about a farmer planting seeds. What happens when he plants corn? Corn grows. When he plants wheat, wheat grows. The soil doesn't question the seed. It simply returns what's planted. Your mind works exactly the same way. Plant thoughts of success, and success will grow. Plant thoughts of doubt and failure, and guess what you'll harvest? I've watched thousands of people over the years, studying what separates the extraordinary from the ordinary. The answer is always the same. Successful people think about their goals and dreams constantly. They hold a clear picture in their minds of exactly what they want to achieve. The average person, meanwhile, thinks about what they don't want, what they fear, and why they can't succeed. Let me share something remarkable with you. Your life today, your job, your relationships, your health, your bank account, is the exact sum total of your dominant thoughts up to this point. Some find this idea uncomfortable, but I find it wonderfully empowering. If your thoughts created your current situation, new thoughts can create a new situation. Every great achievement began as a single thought. The Wright brothers first imagined flight before building their airplane. Thomas Edison pictured the light bulb glowing brightly long before he found the right materials. The building you're sitting in, the chair supporting you, the clothes you're wearing, all began as thoughts in someone's mind. Here's how this works. Your thoughts lead to actions. Repeated actions become habits. Habits form your character, and character determines your destiny. It's a chain reaction that starts with what you choose to think about. Now, many people tell me, but I can't control my thoughts. That's simply not true. You absolutely can decide what to focus on. Just like changing channels on a television, you can change what plays on the screen of your mind. Starting tomorrow morning, try this simple practice. Take 5 minutes with a pen and paper. Write down your biggest goal as if you've already achieved it. Use present tense statements like, I am the top salesperson in my company, or I am healthy and full of energy. Then read these thoughts again before bed each night. Do this faithfully, and something magical begins to happen. Your subconscious mind, that powerful force that controls most of your decisions, begins to work on making these thoughts reality. It starts directing your attention toward opportunities you might have missed before. It gives you energy and ideas to move toward that goal. Remember this, we don't get what we want in life. We get what we expect, and what we expect comes directly from what we think about most of the time. Change your thoughts, and you change your life. It really is that simple and that profound. Lesson 2. The magic of goals. Dreams become reality when they're transformed into specific goals. Most people drift through life hoping for success, but never defining what success means to them. They aim at nothing and hit it with amazing accuracy, but you are different. You understand the magic of setting clear, written goals. Think about this. A ship without a destination will sail aimlessly on the ocean, pushed wherever the winds and currents take it. But a ship with a charted course, with a captain who knows exactly where he's going, will reach its destination, regardless of storms or challenges along the way. You are the captain of your life, and goals are your charted course. Goals turn the invisible into visible. When you write down a goal, you transform a vague wish into something concrete. You give your mind something specific to work toward. As the saying goes, a goal properly set is halfway reached. The simple act of writing your goals triggers something powerful in your mind. Your subconscious begins working day and night to bring those goals into reality. This isn't mystical thinking. It's how your brain is wired. Your mind constantly filters the information coming through your senses. When you set clear goals, your brain starts noticing opportunities that were always there but previously invisible to you. The most successful people in every field share one common trait. They know exactly what they want. They've taken the time to define their goals in crystal clear terms. They can tell you what they want to achieve this year, this month, this week, and even today. Your mind needs clarity. Fuzzy goals produce fuzzy results. When you say, "I want to be successful," your brain has nothing specific to aim for. But when you say, "I want to increase my income by 25 this year by mastering 3 new skills in my field," your brain gets excited. It has a target to hit. Write your goals in the present tense, as if you've already achieved them. Instead of "I will become a top salesperson," write, "I am the top salesperson in my region." This tells your subconscious mind that this isn't just a wish. It's your reality. A single page can change your life. Take out a blank sheet of paper right now. At the top, write down your single biggest goal. Make it specific and measurable. Below that, list the 6 most important actions you must take to achieve that goal. Put this paper where you'll see it every day. Check off each action as you complete it. Goals give your life direction and purpose. They pull you forward during tough times. They energize you with their promise. They transform your potential into performance. The moment you commit your goals to paper, something magical happens. You become the architect of your future, rather than a passenger in your life. Remember, goals aren't just about getting things. They're about becoming the person capable of achieving those things. That's the real magic of goals. They change you in the process of achieving them. Lesson 3. The Strangest Secret. Have you ever wondered why some people rise to the top of their fields while others struggle just to get by? The answer is what I call the strangest secret. And though it's hidden in plain sight, most folks never discover it. Here it is. We become successful by helping others. That's it. Success comes not from chasing money directly, but from creating value and serving others. The more people you help, the more problems you solve, the greater your rewards will be. Think about it for a moment. The marketplace pays for only one thing: service. Look around at the most successful people in any field. The top doctor isn't just skilled. She truly cares for her patients. The best teacher doesn't just know facts. He changes lives. The top salesperson doesn't just push products. She solves customer problems. Money is never the target. It's the result. It's the applause you get for playing the game of life well. Just as we don't go to a baseball game to watch the scoreboard, we don't live our lives just to collect money. The score is important, but it's the game that matters. Here's a truth I've observed over decades. We get rewarded in direct proportion to the value we bring to the marketplace. Not a penny more, not a penny less. Want to double your income? Double your value. It's a law as reliable as gravity. Now, how do you increase your value? First, become excellent at something people need. Develop your skills until you're in the top 10 of your field. Read books, take courses, find mentors. The person who doesn't read is no better off than the person who can't read. Second, look for ways to go beyond what's expected. Most people do just enough not to get fired. But the best in any field do more than they're paid for. They arrive earlier, stay later, and solve problems nobody asked them to solve. Third, develop an attitude of helpfulness. Ask yourself daily, who can I help today? When you focus on serving others rather than serving yourself, opportunities find you. I remember a young store clerk who always helped customers find exactly what they needed, even if it meant sending them to a different store. His manager thought he was crazy, but within 2 years that clerk owned his own successful business. Why? Because he understood the strangest secret. He focused on helping others, not himself. For the next week, I want you to try the Value Finder exercise. Each evening, ask yourself, how did I add extra value today? And who did I help today? Write down your answers. Look for patterns that show where you naturally create the most value. Remember, the person who helps the most people solve problems becomes the most successful. That's the strangest secret, and now it's yours to use every day. Your greatest rewards will come when you focus not on what you can get, but on what you can give. Lesson 4, the 30-day test. Imagine for a moment that you're planting a garden. You carefully prepare the soil, place your seeds at just the right depth, and provide the perfect amount of water. But what would happen if you dug up those seeds every few days to check their progress? They'd never grow. Just like those seeds, your new habits need time and consistent nurturing to take root and flourish. The 30-day test is one of the most powerful tools you'll ever discover. It's based on a simple truth that behavioral scientists have confirmed. It takes approximately 30 days of consistent action to form a new mental habit. This is the magic time frame where temporary behaviors become permanent patterns. Think about that for a moment. Just 30 days separate your current self from a new, improved version of you. 1 month of dedicated effort can literally change the course of your life forever. The trouble is, most people never make it past the first week of trying something new. They get discouraged, distracted, or simply forget their initial enthusiasm. That's why we need a system. A foolproof method that keeps us on track through those critical first 30 days. I call it the success card method. Take a small index card and write your single most important goal on it in clear, positive language. Make it personal and specific. Instead of writing, "I want to be successful," write, "I am the top performing sales professional in my company," or "I am a published author whose books help thousands of people." Carry this card with you everywhere. Read it aloud with feeling and conviction 3 times each day. When you wake up, at midday, and just before bed. Do this without fail for 30 straight days. If you miss even a single day, you must start the count over from day 1. This might seem strict, but it's this very consistency that carves new pathways in your mind. What happens during these 30 days is nothing short of remarkable. At first, reading your card might feel strange or even foolish. But gradually, almost imperceptibly, your mind begins to accept these statements as instructions. Your subconscious, that powerful servant that controls 95% of your behavior, begins seeking ways to make your words reality. You'll notice yourself spotting opportunities you previously overlooked. Solutions to problems will come to you in unexpected moments. You'll feel drawn to take actions that move you toward your goal, often without conscious effort. This is the power of consistent mental focus. Remember, small daily improvements lead to astonishing results. The compound effect of 30 days of focused intention creates momentum that's nearly unstoppable. The hardest part of any important task is simply getting started and pushing through those first crucial weeks. Make the 30-day test a central part of your success journey. Choose your most important goal. Create your success card today and commit to the process without reservation. 30 days from now, you'll look back amazed at how far you've come, and more importantly, at how far you've come, and more importantly, at who you've become. Lesson 5. Your attitude determines your altitude. Your attitude stands as the single most powerful force in determining how high you'll soar in life. I've watched thousands of people over the years, and I can tell you with absolute certainty that your altitude in life will be determined by your attitude. Think about this remarkable truth. While we cannot control what happens to us, we maintain complete control over how we respond. This is the great equalizer in life. 2 people face identical challenges. One crumbles under the weight while the other transforms it into opportunity. The difference? Attitude? Problems are nothing more than opportunities dressed in work clothes. When you face a difficult situation, train yourself to ask, "What's the opportunity here?" Rather than saying, "Why is this happening to me?" Ask instead, "What is this teaching me?" This simple shift transforms you from victim to victor. Enthusiasm is like electricity. It lights up everything around it. When you approach your work with genuine enthusiasm, you become magnetic. People want to be near you, work with you, help you succeed. Your enthusiasm convinces others that you're going somewhere important and they want to join the journey. Your attitude is always broadcasting. Just as a radio station sends signals you can't see, but can certainly hear, your attitude broadcasts messages that others receive loud and clear. What message is your attitude sending today? Is it saying, "I'm headed for greatness," or "I'm just getting by"? The wonderful truth is that attitudes can be changed. If you don't like the results you're getting, change your attitude. Start each morning by deciding. Yes, deciding. To approach the day with optimism and expectation. Watch how differently your day unfolds when you expect good things rather than difficulties. Gratitude is the foundation of a positive attitude. It's impossible to be both grateful and negative at the same time. Each morning, before your feet hit the floor, name 3 things you're genuinely thankful for. This simple habit will revolutionize your outlook. When facing a problem that seems overwhelming, train yourself to ask, "What's good about this situation?" Keep asking until you find something positive. There always is something, even if it's just the lesson you're learning. This habit alone will separate you from 95s of people. Your attitude is completely within your control. No one can make you feel inferior, angry, or defeated without your permission. Guard your attitude as your most precious possession, because that's exactly what it is. With the right attitude, there is no challenge you cannot overcome, no height you cannot reach. Remember, the view always changes for the person who keeps climbing. Your attitude determines your altitude. How high will you soar today? Lesson 6. The 6-step success formula. The achievement of success in any field follows a pattern as predictable as the changing of seasons. We need only look at those who have climbed to the summit of their professions to see this remarkable formula at work. I've studied the most accomplished people across various fields, and I've discovered they all follow 6 fundamental steps, whether consciously or unconsciously. First, every great achievement begins with a burning desire. This isn't a mild wish or preference. Friends, this is a consuming obsession that dominates your thinking. When you find yourself thinking about your goal during quiet moments, when it's the first thing on your mind in the morning and the last thing before sleep, you've discovered your burning desire. Without this fire within, the other steps won't matter. Second, believe with unwavering faith that you can achieve your goal. Your mind will not allow you to accomplish what it believes is impossible. The moment you decide that something can be done, your mind begins working to show you how. The belief comes first, then the achievement. Third, create a clear, written plan. Success doesn't happen by accident. Just as a builder wouldn't construct a house without blueprints, you cannot build a remarkable life without planning. Your plan doesn't need to be perfect. It will change as you progress, but it must exist outside your head on paper where you can review it daily. Fourth, persistent action separates dreamers from achievers. Ideas without action are like boats without water. They get nowhere. Take some action toward your goal every single day, no matter how small. Remember, the mighty oak doesn't grow in a day, but it never stops growing. Fifth, gather specific knowledge that gives you advantage. In today's world, specialized knowledge is power. Become a lifelong student of your craft. Read books, take courses, find mentors, and practice deliberately. The top performers in any field know more about their specialty than the average person could imagine. Finally, surround yourself with a mastermind group. No one succeeds alone. Find people who support your dreams and challenge you to grow. Meet with them regularly to share ideas and hold each other accountable. Their combined intelligence and energy will multiply your own. The beauty of this 6-step formula is its simplicity. It doesn't require special talent or advantages, only your commitment to follow it faithfully. Whether you aim to become the best teacher, accountant, artist, or parent, these steps will guide your journey. Remember, friends, success leaves clues. The path has been walked before. All you need do is follow the footprints of those who've already reached the destination you seek. Apply this 6-step formula diligently and watch as you steadily rise to become the best at what you do. Lesson 7. The power of consistent action. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you today about the most essential ingredient in your journey to becoming number 1 in your field. That ingredient is consistent action, the fuel that powers the engine of achievement. Think about this for a moment. Every morning the sun rises. It doesn't sometimes decide to take a day off. It doesn't shine brightly on Monday and then dim its light on Tuesday because it doesn't feel like giving its best. No, the sun is consistent, and in that consistency lies its power. You must become like the sun in your chosen field. Consistency isn't glamorous. It doesn't make headlines. But I can tell you with absolute certainty that the people who reach the pinnacle of their professions are those who show up day after day, putting in the work when others make excuses. I've studied successful people for decades, and I've discovered this truth. They don't necessarily work harder than everyone else all the time, but they work with remarkable consistency. While others work in bursts of energy followed by periods of neglect, the truly successful maintain a steady pace that compounds over time. Consider the bamboo farmer who plants seeds and waters them faithfully. For 4 years, he sees nothing above the surface. Not a single sprout, but he continues his daily watering without fail. Then, in the 5th year, the bamboo suddenly shoots up 90 feet in just 6 weeks. Was it the water in the 5th year that created this miracle? No, it was the patient, consistent care during all those seemingly unproductive years. Your career works the same way. The actions you take today may not show immediate results. You might practice your craft, improve your skills, and build relationships for months or even years before seeing significant progress. But beneath the surface, your roots are growing strong, preparing for your moment of breakthrough. Remember this: small disciplines repeated with consistency every day lead to great achievements gained slowly over time. If you want to be excellent at anything, you must be willing to commit to daily practices that others aren't willing to do. Don't fall into the trap of looking for shortcuts. There aren't any. The person who seeks to climb the ladder of success with their hands in their pockets will fail every time. Instead, make a decision today to take some action, however small, toward your goal every single day. What separates the champions from the almost champions isn't talent. It's the willingness to do the small things consistently, even when they don't feel like it, even when the results aren't immediately visible. Choose one action related to your goal that you can commit to doing every day without fail. It might be making 5 sales calls, writing for 30 minutes, practicing your instrument, or studying your industry for an hour. Whatever it is, do it with such consistency that it becomes as natural as breathing. In this consistent action, you'll find the power to transform your dreams into reality and rise to the very top of your field. Remember, the secret of your future is hidden in your daily routine. Make it count. Lesson 8. The power of consistent action. The difference between those who achieve greatness and those who merely dream about it can often be summed up in one word: action. It's a curious fact of human nature that many of us know exactly what we should do to become successful, yet we hesitate, procrastinate, and find countless reasons to delay taking those critical first steps. Think about this for a moment. How many books have you read that contained brilliant advice you never implemented? How many times have you told yourself, starting tomorrow, I'll begin my new plan, only to let tomorrow come and go without change? This pattern is the great separator between achievement and mediocrity. The champions in any field understand a fundamental truth. Consistent action, taken daily, compounds like interest in a bank account. Just as a small sum of money grows substantially over time, through the miracle of compound interest, small daily actions toward your goal create a momentum that eventually becomes unstoppable. I recall meeting a young salesman years ago who was determined to become the top performer in his company. While his colleagues talked about success at lunch, he made one extra call. While they debated techniques in meetings, he practiced his presentation one more time. While they complained about difficult customers, he studied the psychology of influence to better serve his clients. Within 18 months, his sales had tripled. His secret: not talent or luck, but the relentless application of consistent daily action. Remember this: motivation often follows action, not the other way around. Many wait to feel motivated before beginning, but the successful know that simply starting creates its own motivation. The hardest part of any important task is breaking through that initial resistance. Imagine 2 trains sitting at a station. One represents your current life, the other your ideal future. To move from one track to the other requires tremendous initial energy, but once moving, maintaining speed becomes much easier. The same principle applies to your journey toward becoming the best at what you do. The most practical approach is to establish a daily success ritual, a set sequence of actions you take every single day without fail. This might include 30 minutes of focused practice on your core skill, 15 minutes of study in your field, and 10 minutes of visualization of your ultimate goal. The specific actions matter less than the consistency with which you perform them. When you stumble, and you will, remember that consistency trumps perfection. Missing one day is a mistake. Missing 2 days is the beginning of a new habit. The truly successful aren't those who never fail, but those who never quit. They understand that the path to mastery isn't a straight line, but a series of improvements, setbacks, and breakthroughs. Your consistent actions send powerful messages not only to others but to yourself. They build your identity as someone who follows through, who can be counted on, who does what needs to be done regardless of mood or circumstance. In time, these small daily victories reshape not just your skills but your very character. Remember, the distance between your dreams and reality is called action. Cross that bridge every single day, and your place at the top of your field, and your place at the top of your field is merely a matter of time. Lesson 9. The power of your environment. The environment you live in shapes who you become. This simple truth, is one that I've observed throughout my decades of studying successful people. Your surroundings silently mold your thoughts, habits, and ultimately your achievements. Look around you right now. What do you see? Who do you spend time with? What enters your mind through books, television, or conversations? These elements are constantly programming your subconscious mind, whether you realize it or not. Successful people carefully craft their environments. They understand that excellence doesn't happen by accident, but through deliberate design of their surroundings. The books on their shelves, the music in their ears, the pictures on their walls, all reflect the person they intend to become. Consider the 5 people you spend the most time with. Their habits, incomes, attitudes, and lifestyles will, over time, become remarkably similar to your own. This isn't coincidence. It's the invisible hand of environment at work. If you wish to excel, seek the company of those who already operate at the level you aspire to reach. Your physical space matters tremendously. A cluttered desk reflects a cluttered mind. When you organize your workspace, you organize your thinking. Masters of their craft create sanctuaries that eliminate distractions and energize their best work. A pianist needs a quality instrument. A writer needs a quiet corner. What environment would best serve your highest work? The information you consume is equally vital. Every day, countless messages compete for space in your mind. Most people let this input happen randomly, absorbing whatever comes their way. The person determined to become the best carefully selects what enters their consciousness. They read books that elevate their thinking, listen to ideas that challenge their growth, and protect themselves from negativity that would drain their energy. Even the words you hear and speak create your environment. Words have power. They form the atmosphere in which your dreams either thrive or wither. Speak of your goals with conviction. Describe yourself in terms of who you're becoming, not just who you've been. Listen to those who believe in possibilities rather than limitations. Your environment will support your growth or sabotage it. There is no neutral ground. If you find yourself stuck, look first to your surroundings. What needs to change? What needs to be eliminated? What needs to be added? Remember this. Excellence is contagious. When you deliberately place yourself in an environment of excellence, you naturally rise to that standard. A single hour in the presence of greatness can expand your vision of what's possible for your life. Starting today, become the architect of your environment. Remove what doesn't serve your highest goals. Surround yourself with people, ideas, and settings that pull you toward your best self. Your environment is either working for you or against you. Make sure it's working for you. Lesson 10. The power of following through. What separates the truly successful from the merely talented? What mysterious quality transforms an ordinary person into an extraordinary achiever? It isn't luck, connections, or even raw intelligence. It's something far simpler, yet infinitely more rare: the ability to follow through. Following through means finishing what you start. It means honoring your commitments. It means doing exactly what you said you would do, exactly when you said you would do it. This single quality will take you further than almost any other skill you can develop. Look around you. The world is filled with brilliant starters, but precious few finishers. Anyone can become excited about a new project or goal. The enthusiasm flows freely at the beginning. Ideas seem limitless and obstacles non-existent. But then reality sets in. The work becomes harder. Distractions multiply. Progress slows. This is precisely where most people quit, and exactly where champions push forward. The ability to follow through is the great separator. It's what distinguishes the achiever from the dreamer, the doer from the tucker. When you develop this quality, you immediately stand out in a world where broken promises and abandoned projects are the norm. Remember this truth: your word is everything. When you make a commitment to yourself or others and then honor it without fail, you build tremendous inner strength. Each followed through promise becomes a brick in the foundation of your character. Over time, this foundation allows you to support achievements that others find impossible. Following through requires three essential elements. First, be selective about what you commit to. Many people fail because they say yes to too many things. They spread themselves too thin. Choose carefully what deserves your precious time and energy. Second, create immediate momentum. The moment you make a commitment, take some action, any action, that moves you forward. Don't wait for perfect conditions or inspiration. Begin immediately, even if your first steps are small. Third, establish accountability. Tell someone else about your commitment. Write it down where you'll see it daily. Create systems that make following through easier than quitting. When the path gets difficult, these accountability measures will keep you moving forward. The rewards of following through are immense. You'll build an unshakable reputation. People will trust you with increasing responsibility. Opportunities will come your way because others know you deliver results. Most importantly, you'll develop profound self-respect. The knowledge that your word means something builds confidence that cannot be taken from you. Starting today, make following through your signature quality. Finish that project you've left hanging. Make good on that promise you've been postponing. Complete what you start, not just occasionally, but as a way of life. This single habit, practiced consistently, can transform an ordinary career into an extraordinary one. Let others dream while you do. Let them talk while you act. Let them start while you finish. The world belongs to those who follow through. Lesson 11, the power of quiet time. Every day, we're bombarded with noise, information, and distractions. The average person today receives more information in a single day than someone in the 1800s received in their entire lifetime. Yet in all this bustle and activity, we've lost something precious: the power of quiet time. If you want to become truly exceptional at what you do, you must make time for solitude and reflection. The greatest minds throughout history understood this secret. Einstein took long walks alone. Edison would fish for hours, waiting for inspiration. Lincoln would sit quietly by the fire, thinking deeply about important decisions. You see, your mind works in two distinct ways. When you're busy and active, your conscious mind is in charge. It handles the day-to-day tasks and immediate problems. But your subconscious mind, that's where the real magic happens. It's like a powerful computer constantly working in the background, making connections and solving problems in ways your conscious mind never could. But here's the catch. Your subconscious mind needs space to work. It needs quiet. It needs time free from the constant barrage of emails, phone calls, and meetings. When you give yourself this gift of quiet time, amazing things happen. Try this simple experiment. Set aside just 15 minutes each day for quiet reflection. Find a comfortable spot where you won't be disturbed. Turn off your phone and eliminate all distractions. Then simply sit and think about your biggest goal or most pressing problem. Don't force solutions, just ponder the questions. Just ponder the questions. What would success look like? What stands in your way? What resources do you already have? During these quiet moments, ideas will begin to bubble up from your subconscious mind. Solutions you never considered will suddenly appear. Connections between seemingly unrelated facts will become clear. This is how breakthroughs happen. Another powerful practice is early morning solitude. Wake up 30 minutes before the rest of your household. Use this time to plan your day, read something inspirational, or simply enjoy the quiet. These peaceful minutes will set the tone for everything that follows. All human achievement, every invention, every business, every work of art, began as a thought in someone's mind during a moment of reflection. The quality of your thinking determines the quality of your life, and the best thinking happens in moments of quiet. The world rewards action, and rightly so. But the most effective action springs from clear thinking and careful planning. The time you invest in quiet reflection isn't wasted. It's multiplied in the results you'll achieve. So protect your quiet time as you would any precious resource. See it not as a luxury, but as a necessity. The answers you seek, the breakthroughs you need, the insights that will take you from good to exceptional. They're all waiting for you in those golden moments of silence. All you need to do is create the space for them to emerge. Lesson 12. The journey never ends. Success, is never a destination. It is a journey, a magnificent voyage that continues for as long as we draw breath on this earth. This final chapter isn't about endings, but about the beautiful truth that mastery is an unfolding process that never truly concludes. Think about the most accomplished people you admire. The master pianist still practices scales. The champion athlete still trains daily. The brilliant surgeon still studies new techniques. They understand what I'm sharing with you now. Excellence isn't a peak you reach and then rest upon. It's a path you walk every single day with discipline and joy. The moment you believe you've arrived is the moment you begin to decline. The universe doesn't permit standing still. You're either growing or you're dying. There is no middle ground. There is no middle ground. This isn't meant to discourage you, but to inspire you. The journey itself is where the true rewards lie. I've spoken with countless masters in their fields, and do you know what separates them? They fall in love with the process, not just the prizes. They appreciate the daily work, the small improvements, the subtle refinements that others miss. While amateurs are seduced by outcomes, masters are devoted to the craft itself. Your desire to become the best must be paired with patience. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is a remarkable life or career. The oak tree doesn't spring up overnight. It grows slowly, developing deep roots that allow it to weather any storm. Your growth follows the same natural law. Each morning when you rise, say these words: "Today I will be better than yesterday." This simple commitment, repeated daily, contains more power than you might imagine. Small improvements compound over time into stunning transformations. Remember, too, that becoming the best doesn't mean you'll never face setbacks. The road to mastery is rarely straight. It twists and turns, sometimes leading through valleys before reaching new heights. When you stumble, and you will, see it not as failure but as feedback. Every mistake carries a lesson if you have the wisdom to look for it. Stay hungry for knowledge. The best in any field are perpetual students. They read voraciously, ask questions constantly, and seek mentors who can guide them. Their curiosity never dims. They understand that yesterday's knowledge, while valuable, may not be sufficient for tomorrow's challenges. And finally, remember that becoming the best isn't just about personal achievement. It's about contribution. It's about taking your gifts and using them to leave your corner of the world better than you found it. True mastery always circles back to service. The journey to becoming the best at what you do never ends because excellence itself keeps moving forward. This isn't a burden, but a blessing. A lifetime of purpose, growth, and meaningful achievement stretches before you. Embrace it with all your heart. The world needs what only you, at your best, can give.